Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm very, very grateful that you're taking the time to help me out here. It really means a lot from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Good evening. Welcome back to In the Khud. This is 27 April 2023, 7:17 p.m. and this is a small world featuring CG dive to a door. I'm sorry, sir, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but that's the highlight for today. Yesterday, after not having, being stuck with the control click weight paint mode not working, I sent an email to Door Nikolov, and can you believe it? I got a response from him. He says, "Hi Rajmi, nice to meet you. I did notice your channel a while ago. Keep up the good work." Now he's given me a bunch of solutions here. If you can't select the bones, the armature modifier is probably not set up correctly. As for the black color of the mesh in weight paint mode, check your overlay settings. You probably have 0 weight option to all. Pink color means the bone you selected is not a deforming bone. I'm curious why it model deforms so extremely. Send me a blend file if you like and I could take a look. I guess you have multiple armatures or armature modifiers, something like that. Before I go into this, I really want to take this a minute to explain. Oh my god. Yeah, this G1 is doing something with YouTube, my auto hotkey on YouTube. I need to shut that down. Okay, so as a matter of fact, I have never had a teacher to help me out, specifically with the entire creative career that I have taken up myself, because obviously my formal education was not in animation or any of these things. So everything that I've learned so far has always been, here is this one thing, I need to figure out how that is done. So starting with After Effects, I remember clearly there were extreme phases where I could not understand the software, but I just had go onto YouTube, search tutorials, dig out forums and stuff, and just do a lot of trial and error and what do you call guess in English, just wring my brain out to figure out how that is done. And now even with Blender, to a great extent, I had to do the same approach, because obviously there's no one I can just say, I'm facing this problem, can you give me the solution? But this happened because I just told him through my vlog, through In the Khud, that I'm facing this problem and I got a solution for it. So it's a small world, because especially with a thing like a daily dispatch, which I'm doing within the Khud, documenting your progress every single day, it's so easy for you to connect to anyone in the world. As far as I know, Tudor is from Japan. I might be wrong here, but I'm sitting here in Mumbai and we're connecting and we're discussing things, and it just the situation feels amazing. Now, having said that, let me try and implement the things that he said here. This is exactly where I left my project yesterday, and I checked it for a matter of fact that the mesh has so many armatures on it. I literally have no idea how this happened, but the mesh has, and make myself smaller as well. So the mesh has so many armatures on it, I do not know why. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and delete all these armatures. Okay, and I'll remove this as well, just so we start with a clean slate. And I'm going to come in here and delete all vertex groups as well, so that there is none of that thing happening. Now in the object mode, I'm going to parent with automatic weights to the rig, and now with the rig in my pose mode, I can move this and it moves exactly like it should. There is no extra thing happening. So that is solved. There are a bunch of modifiers. As for the black color of the mesh in the weight paint mode, check your overlay settings. You probably have 0 weight option to all. So if I select my mesh and go into weight paint, I see black, and that is because in weight paint, your overlay settings here, this is set to active. So if I make it none, or even if I make it all, I wouldn't even know something like this. How would I figure out myself? Then it is fine. So 2 things have been check marked. The pink color means that the bone you selected is not a deforming bone with control click. Now this is where I'm really stuck at, sir. I'm still stuck here. So I'll tell you what is happening exactly here. In my mesh, if I'm in my weight paint mode, see all of these are deforming bones, DEF, forehead, L, forehead. It says deforming on it, right? Let's just consider one of these brow ones, BL001. Okay, this is the one. Now over here you see that this is a deforming bone. I also see the weight associated with it. But if I do that exact thing which you show in the video, where I select the armature, I select the rig, I select the mesh, and I tab into my weight paint mode, over here also, as a matter of fact, you see that it is showing that weight. But the moment I control click or any other thing, it becomes pink. As a matter of fact, even if I control clicked on that particular bone, which is a deforming bone, becomes pink. And this is where I'm stuck. Like, I don't know what. Now the armature situation is solved. Maybe you can press one of these things here, preserve button, bone envelopes. I don't know. None of these are actually doing anything. Multi modifier, no. So yeah, this is a thing which is still a problem. Like, I cannot do control click and move into another bone, which it's clearly a deforming bone. It's not like a non-deforming bone, and I cannot even move this. Like, so what is exactly happening here is, ideally what should happen is this armature should be in pose mode, okay, and this mesh should be in selected and in weight paint mode. But for some reason the armature is not going into pose mode, and I thought maybe it is because lock object modes is selected. So I even tried that. So this and then weight paint, and even that is not working. I will anyway just attach this blend file on your email, and if you can just help me out one more time here, it would be really good. I have no idea here. Having that said, there are two major things that I did figure out today. One is if I show you the progress that I've made. So I just shared a few renders. So this is the wide shot for the office scene. This is a close-up shot where Ahana is kind of stressed out with her work, and she decides that she needs to have a tea. And so this is the pantry where she will walk. There'll be a walk cycle up to the pantry. She will come here and take the society OMT and make the boiling water situation. And this is the master shot. So this is what I basically made today inside of Blender. And I think I primarily took a free scene from Blend Swap, and I went ahead and did a lot of manipulation with the scene, because the scene by itself is not what would work. This pantry situation, I think again from Blend Swap I've taken another thing and I've clubbed here. So it's a lot of bringing things here, manipulating. These are your cameras, your wide shot camera, close up 1, close up 2, and this is for the pantry. Okay, these are laptops and everything. This chair I've put a decimate modifier because I just want to make sure there's very little geometry that I'm dealing with overall. This is one thing. And the second amazing thing that I came across is this add-on called Human Generator, and it turns out that this add-on is so beautiful that with just a few clicks here and there you can have a completely working, like a very realistic human character. You can change the clothing and everything. You can even attach a rigify thing to it without having to go, and like the weight paint also almost works. So I watched a bunch of tutorials on that, and I need to consider getting that add-on. There is a version that I got online, and I don't know if I should be using that or I should be showing that here. But one thing is I definitely want to dive into this add-on because it will give me a great starting point for characters. I don't have to use that exact character the way it is, but like for here, for example, Ahana, I spent so much time creating this character, getting the base mesh and adding hair and everything. I can make it as stylized as I want from my end, like the shader and everything, but getting a base starting template from that add-on will be amazing. So here's where we are at, and I'm trying to look if there's anything else I want to document. Yeah, one more CG dive video that I watched today, and I learned the fact that in the rig, okay, yeah, one more thing I did is because I had done 2 different rigs for Ahana. It was kind of a thing where I did a speed run and I rigged her completely, and you see her shoes are left behind. Oh my god. And setting her up to sit in this pose was also so difficult. I'm like, I tried so hard to get that. So basically I made the entire, can you not just see the meta rig? Where is the meta rig? Here. Where is it? Okay, the meta rig is here. So I'll put Ahana into the edit mode in that case. Yeah. So what I did is I did a quick run of taking the entire basic human meta rig and just attached it to including the face and the body and everything, because it didn't make sense to go through that process of you have a rig on the face and then you have a rig on the body and you join it and you do a bunch of things. That was way more complicated. So I thought I should just instead take a new meta rig and rig it to her, and I did it even for the fingers and everything using snapping to volume. So my rigging thing is pretty much in check now. Even the face rig situation looked fine only. I showed you in the beginning of the video. So I did that. That was like a real flow state situation because I just went full on concentration mode to figure that out. Sorry, when you make a rigify rig, you get this thing here called WTGS rig, and I didn't quite know what this is, but I saw a video from CG Live and I figured out that these are basically the handles which you see on the rig itself. So for instance, like I don't like the shape of these things. What I can do is, instead of this for the eye, I can instead come in here and change the shape. So I don't know why I would do it for the eye particularly, but let's say I wanted to, I could come in here and change the shape to whatever I like something like this. And something like this. And now what will happen is, on my rig, on my meta rig, for the eye widget, you will have that shape. So this is one more thing that I learned today. That's it. That's all I wanted to document. We've been making amazing progress on this project, and along the way I've been getting all these skills that I really need to go full-fledged character animations for Click Reflect. And I cannot express how grateful I am at this point in time for everything that is happening. Again, to Door, thank you very much for your help. Hope to stay in touch and learn more and get more problems and stuff solved from you. Thank you so much for being in the khud. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.